following is a production of Dirty Mo Media. Hey everybody, it's Dale Jr. back again for another episode of the Dale Jr. Download. And I am remote today. Kids are on fall break. TJ is in the studio, Travis. We'll have a regular show here for you today. And this show is brought to you by Bass Pro Shops. Man, they're North America's premier outdoor and conservation company. You can plan your next adventure by going to a Bass Pro Shops near you and shopping, or you can go online at basspro.com. So they've been a great partner of ours for a long time and continue to be today. And they support race cars on the racetrack. They support podcasts, Dirty Mo Media, all types of things. Wyatt, his racing career owes a lot to Johnny Morris and Bass Pro. So we love what they do. Anyhow, how's it going, TJ?
Hey, it's going pretty good. How about how's the break going?
Well, I'll say this, man. My heart is broken. Seriously, my heart is broken.
Why?
Last night.
Oh, I know.
Washington fumbled the ball.
Mm-hmm.
Had about 2 minutes left in the game. 1 yard away from a first down, which would have probably run the clock down, and fumbled the handoff.
Yeah, those are tough to beat. Not good. The Bills didn't do much better. So
yeah,
the Bills cost me a parlay, so I'm mad with you, TJ.
Yeah, they probably cost a lot of people parlays.
Yeah, that one hurt last night because that was against the Bears, who we had the Hail Mary against, and the Bears are probably sitting there thinking, well, we should have beat you twice. You got lucky once. It was an ugly game. We played terrible.
Real low scoring,
was,
right? Yeah.
We had 3 fumbles, three giveaways, an interception, two fumbles. Oh man.
Yeah, those are fun.
If you didn't give a shit, though, it wouldn't matter. If it didn't matter, you didn't give a shit. That's the tough part about being a fan. Is the good, the good times are good, but then you got to go through the crap when it ain't good. I thought we'd paid our damn dues. And then we got a night like last night.
This happens.
As a fan base, I ain't saying nothing that you don't know, man. You're a Buffalo fan, and y'all have certainly paid your dues. But God Almighty,
it's not fun when you when this happens. It's just a gut check, and the Bills have had 2 weeks in a row of bad losses of games that I feel like they should have won. The Patriots are always tough for them to play, but like the Falcons are just kind of average this year.
Dude, I don't know. The Falcons look pretty good.
Well, yeah.
I know everybody wants to say the Falcons are average, man, but you win games like that against a great team like Buffalo, and I don't know if you can call yourself average anymore.
Yeah. I don't feel like Buffalo played that
John
well.
Robinson is like a one-man wrecking crew, dude. He's insane.
He is good.
You can't stop him.
No, he's really good.
What in the world?
I feel like there was opportunities to get back in the game and possibly win the game. I quit watching it at one point, but I guess there was opportunities. The plays just didn't get made at times, so got to make them plays.
I know. I hate going on and on about this stuff because I bet there's a ton of people listening to this show right now don't give a crap about Washington or Buffalo.
Could be football fans. I bet a lot of them are football fans.
Well, I'm sure there's some, but man, I got to get it off my chest. I can't do the show without. I knew coming in, I was last night when I went to bed, I'm like, I'm going to be miserable all damn day tomorrow.
Well, we said that this show is about making you feel better. You start off bad, and by the end, you're feeling good. So, like, that's the mission statement of this show.
That is it. Absolutely it. This is my therapy session.
Lucky for both of us, though, our divisions are fairly weak, and I feel like both of our teams could be pretty good still.
Cup Series is the Sunday race, and it's the last thing we're going to discuss in the Dirty Air segment. First off, big weekend for the Cars Tour coming up. Multiple reasons why I want to talk about this. The final race of the season is at North Wilkesboro this Saturday. The final race of the Cars Tour season is Saturday at North Wilkesboro. If you can go, by all means, please go support the tour, the track, and all the things that we should be thankful for. Good, short track racing.
Easy drive
and
around this area.
And Wilkesboro. Well, yeah. So 45 minutes from my house. Yep. Go support it, or you can tune in and watch it on Flo. So I went to Flo's headquarters yesterday in Austin, Texas. Flo is our home for the Cars Tour. Flo is our partner that puts us, makes us available for fans to be able to watch. So it was not long ago, y'all, when we couldn't, you couldn't watch a short track race or a local race on a stream somewhere. It just wasn't available. So if you wanted to know what happened at Langley or what happened at Florence, you had to get on the internet and maybe follow somebody.
Like Matt Weaver used to be my guy.
Matt Weaver, yeah. Like you follow somebody.
Lap by lap.
or you learn about what happened the next day. It sucked. So not, that's still available and that's still helpful, but you couldn't watch. And I remember when I heard about Flo, and I was like, all right, I'll get Flo. And it was really affordable. Of course, the subscription price has increased over time, but they're going to do 40,000 events next year. 40,000 events.
That's ridiculous.
That's unreal.
They do high school sports, track and field and wrestling. That's how they started. Just like doing a couple events here and there. And they get the feed from the school and it's college as well. They have dozens and dozens, almost 80 to 100 college football games any given weekend. They have a ton of sports, right? And any given weekend. And one of their biggest properties is motorsports. They have the high limit, lots of dirt racing, and some pavement late model racing and so forth as well. So they have the Cars Tour. So it's about $140, I think, annually. And so to get everything that you get, I think it's incredible in terms of value. So anyways, I went up there, got a tour of the place. We sat down. We talked about the future of the Cars Tour. They are all in. They believe in the tour. They believe in what they're doing. So I just hope people really appreciate them for what they provide us. Because the convenience of being able to sit down and watch either the Cars Tour, there's multiple short tracks that they stream in any given weekend. All kinds of dirt, asphalt, NASCAR regional, all types of stuff. And we have that convenience. It's, it wasn't there 10 years ago. Didn't exist. I
agree with you on this. It is unreal, all the short track action that you can get and that you can follow weekly, like local short, like between dirt racing, Bowman Gray, there's a lot of local short tracks that it's just, it's unreal. Like you got to try it.
It really is. And on their web, I did learn they got multi-view. So I didn't know they had multi-view, which is really cool because you got a nice screen, TV in the living room or whatever. You get 4 different races up on the screen or 4 different games or what have you.
That's the problem. There's too many races at one time that you want to watch. So the multi-view makes it so you can watch. You can't get enough racing. If you're a race fan, you can put them all on. So
I wish NASCAR would offer like a multi-view, so you have the regular broadcasting. You can put a couple in-car cameras.
In-cars, yeah. No man, that'd be awesome. I'm sure
it's in the pipeline.
I'm sure it's possible. But look, the Cars Tour is arguably some of the best pavement racing going on in the country today. It lives exclusively on Flo. The last race of the season is at North Wilkesboro this Saturday. We're going to be deciding our championship race for both classes. I think that our late model stock. Let me see here. Late model stock drivers points. Landon Lewis and Connor Hall are kind of battling this out. They are well clear of Cade Brown in third, but it's a 12-point gap. Landon Lewis leads Connor Hall. Landon Lewis dominated Wilkesboro earlier this year, so going to be tough for Connor Hall to go out there and mount the charge needed.
Is that
to win.
Traditional points? Or can you give me the Winston Cup standings for that?
Is this winner take all?
Let's not derail the promotion here. Landon Lewis has 4 wins this season to Connor Hall's 2. Landon's had a great year.
That's impressive, man. It's hard to win in the Cars Tour.
Yeah. In the pro late model, let's see, Rick Rare Racing's got a chance to win the owner's points, but in the driver's points, Ben Mayer, I think all he has to do really is start the race. So he's He's 45 points ahead of Brandon Lopez. Ben Mayer has drove an incredible season, 6 top fives, 9 top tens, no wins yet. So he hasn't won a race and has the points literally locked up with a start.
Consistency, huh?
But yeah, you got to celebrate it. I mean, in the pros, we've had 86 cars race in the pros throughout the year, but there are only, 5 that have started all 12 events. So it's, the pros, you kind of get a little bit of everybody as you move around the geographical sort of footprint that we're in. You get a little bit here and a little bit there, but in the in the late model stocks we have, it's hard, probably not as easy to tell. We got quite a few more that have run all the races, probably about 10 to 12. So anyways, the car store's wrapping up their season, and I am done racing this year for the late model stocks. Won't be at the 400 in South Carolina this year. We're going to have cars that go down there and race. Junior Motorsports will be represented in the 400. And also, there may be a neat little Junior Motorsports entry with a very kind of surprising name behind the wheel for the Thanksgiving race in Southern National. The NASCAR playoffs are here, and so is your chance to bring the intensity home. Celebrate every pass, pit stop, and photo finish with a collectible car from Lionel Racing, the official diecast of NASCAR. Built for fans who live for the chase, Lionel Racing diecasts are the ultimate trophy. Each car is precision crafted, featuring authentic paint schemes and hand-applied decals. Plus, each 1/24 scale diecast is part of a limited edition run, making every piece a must-have for true collectors. Whether you're riding with Team Larson, backing Team Hamlin, or watching to see if Logano can win it all again, Lionel Racing has a diecast that reps your favorite playoff driver. Now through the end of September, get free U.S. shipping when you purchase the Cup Series diecast of a NASCAR playoff driver. Just go to LionelRacing.com and use the promo code PLAYOFFS. That's promo code PLAYOFFS at LionelRacing.com. I will say the one thing that I took away from the Xfinity race, obviously the 8 car struggled terribly. I don't understand why that happened, but I was really surprised to see them not run better than that. The 1 car struggled. Was obviously disappointed with both of those results. Justin Allgaier had a pretty quick car. Feel pretty good about where they are momentum-wise, speed-wise, going into these next couple of races. And feel like if Justin can get to Phoenix, he's got a great shot at winning another championship. The 88 of Zilisch, I'm telling you, man, the way the kid drove that car the last 20 laps was epic. And, I mean, he just literally didn't have enough to be able to get there and get it done. And you could tell he was getting everything and more out of that race car. I think the fans that saw the last 20 laps of that race were thoroughly impressed, thoroughly enjoyed the effort from Connor. And, I mean, we don't often see somebody just, I don't want to say out of control, but car that yawed out, just really going for it. And he has so much to risk in terms of the points. Maybe he doesn't even realize that. Maybe to him it's not. Maybe he's not taking a risk. Maybe he's totally in control of everything going on.
They don't look in control sometimes, but man, is it fun to watch.
It's so fun to watch, and you just got to get out of the way. Like, if you were the owner, like, it's no one in the world feels this way, but probably me. But I'm the owner of the car, and so I'm sitting there watching the car, and I'm like, part of me is like, damn, he might get him. Golly, he looks like, he's got a good run here. If he can just get him upset a little bit and get to the rear bumper and get him up off the bottom, maybe. And then he gets sideways and loses a ton of track position, loses a lot of room, and you're like, all right, just settle in and bring it home. And then he makes another run, cools it down. I don't know how he was doing that, because I'm sitting there looking at them tires, and it's like they got to be boiling hot.
Yeah. I
don't know how in the hell he's able to to get that thing, to ask that thing to have the grip to be able to actually mount another run and another charge to Eric.
I don't think the Xfinity tire is quite as heat sensitive as the other tires, though. But you're right.
That's interesting.
Yeah, you're right though, as far as how he can. You think he's done, and then here he comes back a little bit.
It was impressive as hell. So I think we're just seeing this kid, show us that he really is the real deal. Yeah. So it's we got a Talladega and Martinsville coming up, two different tracks, completely different. And as we preview both of those in the Xfinity Series, at Talladega, man, you're just going to have to go race your ass off. I don't know that there's a strategy. Now, the 88 and the 7 may be able to be more conservative and give, be conservative on the stages just to stay out of trouble to get the end result, because you don't want to crash out of a first stage and get nothing all day. But the other two, I think they got to go race like hell.
Yeah, the
just race
the
like
88
hell.
is 82 points above the cut. Allgaier 44.
Yeah, I would just chill.
So they could just chill, get a finish, get out of there. Not really what you want, not really kind of the racing you want to go do, but kind of what you have to go do considering the situation you're in with this points format. The other two guys, the 1 and the 8, got to go. I just go race like hell.
Try to win.
Go race like hell.
But they don't have to win.
Yep, lead every. I would say go win, lead every lap. Just have this attitude of putting it all out there, leaving it in God's hands, whatever you want to say, right? Just go like hell.
I agree.
Yeah, I mean you can't live with yourself when you get out of that car with and you don't have the result needed, and at certain parts in the race you were settling. That is so hard to reconcile with. At the end of the day, if you get out of the car, you didn't get quite the result you needed, and at points of the race you were settling. That's hard to handle because so that's Talladega. And Martinsville, I think last year, maybe this year, I was telling them they needed to get it off the damn schedule because of what a show it is. And I won't expect this one to be any different.
It's a shame though, because that can be a really great racetrack too. It comes down to the drivers respecting each other.
Martinsville is
a great racetrack.
But what are the stages are what, 40 laps? What are the stages?
I don't.
Ridiculous.
Yeah, it needs to be into a long run where cars separate.
Yeah, they don't. The cars don't have enough power to race there. It's like getting in the gas, like stepping in a bucket of mud.
But these guys never really get to feel an 80-lap run. You know what I mean? Like how much it can fall and how much they can really do it. Like that's where they got to learn the craft, is having long runs.
Yeah,
I wish it was.
Well, they don't have the stages are super short, and the car's not very fun to drive there because of the lack of power. It doesn't do anything really good, which is okay, but I don't know. It's just a frustrating race to run. Yeah, if they did let you kind of, go 80 to 100 laps or a little further on a run on a stage, man, it'd be really nice. I don't know why that race should be 300 laps, all 100 lap stages.
That'd be pretty fun.
It'd be better.
Yeah, I agree.
The ownership championship just got a little more interesting for Xfinity too.
Yeah, that's the thing. Eric Almirola, I'll just say it. I mean, Eric's a great guy, but dude, he's annoying as to race against.
He is, yeah. He's like a bulldog when he gets back in the Xfinity cars.
I don't know if he's not that.
He's pretty aggressive, but he's good. Like he's really good.
Yeah, he's aggressive. So far, I feel like he's taking it out on people that deserve it, but it's not like he's just running to everybody. He's very selective. And I don't think he's just running into people that much.
I don't think he's just like ruining his race stuff.
Well, but you call him a bulldog.
Well, he's a little rough with the guys, but he's like, I would be too if I was him going back in there. He should be.
I think he's just trying to have fun and get everything he can get. He's on the back end of this, whatever this is.
I love it.
In his career, and he's winning races. It's annoying for me.
It's fun to watch.
It's not fun for me to watch.
What team are you spotting for here?
I'm just saying it's fun to watch. I mean, I enjoy seeing Eric come back and be aggressive with these guys, and they can learn something from Eric, honestly. I mean, they can learn from him.
Yeah, there's the the person that I believe, I think me and Eric are friends, and I'm happy to see him go through this process and have these moments with his kids. That's incredible for him. That's incredible for him. I bet when he was retiring from the Cup car, he never imagined having these opportunities to make these memories that his son and his kids are going to remember forever.
They're loving it.
Those are great. Those are great things. But now he's going to go run the Martinsville and the Phoenix race. They're going for the points championship in the 19 car. I understand that, but I worry how that's going to mingle with the driver championship, and so, we'll see how that works out, but hopefully Eric can do what he needs to do to try to give himself the best shot for them to win the Owners Points Championship. I want that for him. He's free to go do that, but I hope at the same time he doesn't affect the Drivers Championship in some negative way. That would be tough to
now, when you say that, do you
was,
mean like just have an incident with one of them guys, or?
Well, I'm hoping to have a couple guys in the 4 at Phoenix, and I hope he don't that up for me. Now he can go out there and try to win the Owners Championship. Go race hard. We're going to be trying to beat him, all that. But at the same time, there's a Drivers Championship totally unrelated to him.
So what if he's racing, let's say, Zilisch?
He don't need to give up. He don't need to do anything. Just don't run into our car. Don't make a mistake. Don't get loose underneath somebody, and then take our guys up the track or cut a tire or whatever. Right? You just hope that doesn't happen. He's typically not that kind of a racer. He's very smart. I think I could race Eric side by side and not worry about him ever making a mistake. And I'm hoping that holds true in Phoenix. But I'm expressing openly my inner thoughts here, right? So I don't want it to be insulting to Eric in any way, but I'm just telling you here today that it was being transparent with what's going on in my brain. So that moves us to the Cup race. Denny Hamlin and the Denny Bros celebrated a big victory in Vegas. And Denny had an awesome run there at the end. Restarted 6th in the last start, got to 3rd with 10 to go, passed Larson and Briscoe. Larson was very impressed. And so he wins 60 races, which was very important to him. His dad hasn't been feeling well over the last year or two, and I think that's been tough for Denny to manage. Certainly, when you get to a certain age, I'm gonna tell you there's for the majority of us, you don't have to face that hard reality of loss early in life, right? That your parents, your grandparents, if things go the traditional route, you won't really have to deal with what that feels like and what that emotion feels like until you get into your late 30s and mostly in your 40s or 50s, right? And so, that's where Denny is in his life, and he's having to deal with losing somebody or the possibility of losing somebody that means the world to him and that is very maybe single-handedly responsible for the life that Denny's been able to have. And it's been a hell of a life. And so, we don't really get to see Denny in a be humanized.
He's very
right?
stoic
Denny,
usually.
Denny's got this sort of, he's got this sort of shell of, and he says he's misunderstood and he's, he is who he is.
He doesn't come out of it much.
He's either stoic or cocky, but he's never emotional and the way that he was.
And so, we're seeing this human side of Denny, and I think that the fans can really appreciate it. I see a ton of comments from fans. Hey, I'm not a Denny fan. I'm not a Denny bro, but feel for the guy and what he's going through, and I'm glad to see him be able to get these milestones so that his dad can be a witness to it. His dad can see his son check these boxes after all the sacrifice. Denny talked in length about the sacrifice that his family made, mortgaging the house multiple times, the arguments in the kitchen over how much more they could possibly do or be willing to do to further Denny's career. Very transparent, for Denny to kind of be that open and share. And so
not many probably knew anything about his dad either, so. And
there's still no real like hard evidence exactly what his dad may be dealing with, what is the physical issues that are, causing him difficulties, but it's not that important to know the details. No. We just know that he's not well. Denny's upset about it, and we're wishing that Denny can do all the things that he wants to do and allow his dad to be a witness to it. And so pretty awesome. 60 wins. I remember when Denny got to 50, and that was a big deal. And now he's at 60. He's said that he's going to run. He said that he pretty much has an end date or the end of the runway in terms of his career. I guess that he's happy to win whatever races there are in that short period of time, but should he still be winning at the end of that off-ramp? I find it hard to believe that he's just going to hang it up and stop.
And he said last night on the podcast that those last 10 laps on Sunday, he's always worried about when the light's going to go off, and he's like, those last 10 laps almost like gave him energy. So it almost seems like, okay, he knows the off ramps in 2 years, but there's another off ramp that if he wants to skip that one, he can go another year, or whatever.
Yeah. So that's what I'm thinking. I mean, if the guy's still winning races,
how do you quit
in that final year? I don't think he does.
I don't think you can.
I think he keeps racing.
Yeah, I don't.
Because there's other targets out there, right? You look up there, and my dad's up there about 16 more wins, and if he can get close to sniffing
elite,
that, he'd go for
company.
It. How would you not want to tie that guy? But because you could really say, hell, I won as many races as Dale Earnhardt. I mean, not many people can say that. There's only a few above him, right? And Denny's got a real chance. I think if he raced another 3 or 4 years,
he could be in that vicinity.
He could be close. Yeah,
because Gibbs cars are going to be good. JGR cars are going to be really good.
Yeah, and I think we have to speak to the talent that Denny is. They talked about it. Dale Jarrett talked about it on the post race. He's like, man, he's at that age where things just start slowing down. And there's a lot of reasons why guys do slow down. But it's undeniable if you look at the history of all the drivers, take all of the drivers in the past 30 years, that average age of when the performance and the numbers, the statistics start dropping, the top 10s, top 5s, the wins is 43. That is the number. Some win beyond that, some succeed beyond that, but not many. Everybody pretty much starts to tail off around that 43-year age. And so Denny's an anomaly, and he's in such good mental shape that I believe that he could carry this on and be this successful another 3 or 4 years without question. How much further beyond that, I'm not sure. Could he race and win competitively at 50 years old? Possibly. Harry Gant, Bobby Allison, some others did it. So I think it's something about the sharpness of the mind, the mental sharpness. Kenny Wallace is talking about, is he one of the most mentally tough drivers that we know in the series? I'd say he's definitely one of those guys that doesn't get too worked up or bothered or distracted. So if you want to call that mentally tough, you can. He just doesn't seem to be the kind of guy that gets off the rails emotionally, mentally inside the car.
Does staying with JGR for so long and being competitive cars, it's got to be a pretty big part of it too, though, right? To help him stay
massive advantage,
like stay mentally sharp.
Yeah,
like or in that good mental state. Doesn't that keep him in a good mental state, though? I mean,
one of the reasons why guys start tailing off is they get out of good cars or they get put in bad cars. And I think Denny's earned the right to be in that car as long as he wants. I don't see Joe cutting him early because of performance. If Denny wanted to keep racing, even though he wasn't performing, I think they'd hang on to him for a couple more years beyond his abilities. But I don't really see him doing that. Yeah, I mean, I feel like it's pretty impressive to see what he's done. And with the situation that the Penske is now in, so Blaney blows left front tire, crashes out, he's way out. He's got to win at Talladega. He's got to win
Martinsville.
One of the two, right?
I'd say,
I don't think he has to win.
I mean,
I think he does.
Look at the cars.
You're racing. Yeah, you're not going to point your way in against the guys you're racing against. These are the best 8 teams in the series.
But couldn't we see a Hendrick car get caught up in a wreck on Sunday?
That's only one of the. That's one of the 8. He's got to beat 4.
Yeah,
I know, but I'm just saying. I don't think he's in a must-win.
He's in a must-win.
Okay.
I mean, what 40-something points?
Like
I don't see how he's going to outpoint those guys by 40. I mean, yes, a wreck could happen, but it could also happen to him. And
he's
he doesn't
31
have to
out.
outpoint him by 40.
He's 31 out, but I think he's got to win. Look, I mean, he could go have a good Talladega and come into Martinsville in the teens.
Yeah.
But I mean, odds are really against him pointing his way in. I mean, I don't know many people that would feel like that's realistic. So either way, I mean, who cares? Point your way in, win your way in, whatever. Logano's minus 24, Blaney's minus 31. They are both in a bad spot. They both may not get to Phoenix. And everybody feels like that if a Penske car goes to Phoenix, they are the favorite to win. And I would agree with that, right? Would y'all agree with that?
I don't know how you can't agree with
it. Well, if a Penske car doesn't get to Phoenix, this is Denny's year. Am I right? Here it is. Denny was
teed
saying
up well.
after
It's setting it up for him perfect.
Yeah, Denny was saying after New Hampshire, he's like, "Boy, we're screwed. You know, the Penske cars are so good. New Hampshire, very similar to Phoenix. That was the telltale of, yep, they still got it. When we get to Phoenix, I expect them to be on top. And if there's not a Penske car in the Final Four, this thing is blown wide open."
Yeah, it's true.
And how about this? Denny winning the championship while he's suing NASCAR?
Handing him the trophy.
Oh my gosh. All right, so let's move on. Will we ever see another driver get to 60 wins? I think Kyle Larson could do it. Maybe Joey.
What are they sitting at?
Joey needs to run.
Joey's at 37.
Joey needs to run better. Joey needs to run better during the regular season.
Yeah, I mean, 60 wins. That's from 30 something's pretty tough, man. You're gonna have to. I mean, Joey's a grinder. He knows how to finish some races, but it's like, what is it, once or twice a year? I mean, that's not. You need.
Yeah.
He needs 4 or 5 wins a year to get to 60, in my opinion.
Joey, Joey might get to.
He might get to 50,
come on, man.
45, 50.
Are you kidding me? He's 13 away from 50. He'll get to 50 easy.
Yeah, I mean.
I think Joey lands around 55 wins in his career.
So you're averaging how many wins a year with that?
Brad Keselowski's at 36. I don't see Brad getting there. Brad will be lucky to see 40. Kyle Larson, unless something massively changes at Brad's situation, their team just doesn't have
not a top
speed yet. Kyle Larson at 32 wins. If he wants to race long enough,
that's where I think he's going to get it because, remember, he had 1 year where he got a bulk of his wins, but is he going to?
Yeah.
But if he races long enough.
I think Kyle Larson doesn't race long enough. I think Kyle Larson.
I do too. Yeah, you're probably right.
Goes dirt racing.
Yeah.
Chase Elliott's at 21. I think Chase Elliott will retire before that's possible.
I don't think anyone's doing it.
No, I think if Chase Elliott wanted to go win 60 races and stick around that long, he'd have a shot at it. But I think he gets out before. I think he's like, all right, y'all, I'm gonna go hide in the hills of Georgia, never see him again.
I can't believe you think Joey's gonna get there. I mean that.
I said Joey would get 55, dude.
I mean that's still, to me. How many does he have this year?
He's 13 from 40.
Yeah, but how many did he get this year?
No, he's 13 from 50.
I'm sorry, 13 from 50. So he's 13 from 50, TJ, and he doesn't give a shit about nothing but racing. Joey's the guy that's going to race till he's 50.
I'm not saying Joey. I mean, I don't know, man. He's going to start focusing on his kids at some point, and he's got a lot of that going on, and I mean, I think he can get close, but I mean, I just don't see it.
What do you mean focusing on his kids?
He's not focused yet.
What does that mean? He's not focusing
No,
on
I mean,
them right now?
at some point he's going to be like, you know what, I've done enough. I mean, he's already proved everything he needs to prove in racing already, didn't he?
Nope. That ain't the point. You know the kind of guy he is. He's gonna race. He's gonna race a ridiculously long.
And I think he's got that chip on his shoulder too. Like
Joey will race till he's 45 at least, and still be winning one race.
I still think he's going to be very competitive. Yeah, but I mean, it's going to be tough sledding though. I mean, he's going to get one or two grinding. I mean, it's going to be tough.
I don't know why you're.
I just think it's tough to get there.
Why you're fighting?
It's just going to be hard to get there.
Not easy to get there. No, not easy to do. Not many people do.
Dale didn't say he was going to get there for the record.
I mean,
TJ.
I said he's going to get to 55.
TJ's arguing like you said
short,
60.
TJ.
I just think it's going to be tough.
TJ's got a chip on his
I just think it's tough.
Joey. Yeah,
60 is going to be tough to get to, man.
You're still your jilted lover.
No, I'm just saying it's tough to get to, man. Like there's not enough wins a year.
I'm not
we agree with you.
It's tough to get there.
Dale's at 55.
I said he'd get to 55.
I think you need 3 to 4 a year to even get to that number.
So what number does he get
This
to?
is ludicrous.
I think 50 is a strong number. I think Joey can get to 50.
Okay, so I think he wins 5 more races than that.
That's a
big difference.
Calm down with these crazy takes.
Jesus. Could be a season.
I mean, it could be. Yeah, you never know.
He could win TJ. On Sunday and then in 2 weeks. There's
he could,
2 more.
yeah. I mean, you never know with these teams nowadays. Like Kyle
Byron's at 15, Blaney at 16. Don't know.
I don't think Blaney races long enough.
I don't either.
Yeah.
We keep saying that. And I know what y'all mean, and I feel that too. Like so let's step back into the 80s, right? It was absolutely common to see guys race beyond 50.
Yeah, a lot.
Into their late 40s, no problem.
Yeah, it was normal.
And that number is sort of creep down. And it really does feel like that these guys are going to keep retiring earlier and earlier. Now, we don't really have any hard evidence that that's going to happen, but what is that? Why do we feel like Larson? I mean, I kind of know why we think Larson might go run dirt, just to say, that was great, 20 years of Cup, awesome, I'm out. But Chase Elliott, Blaney, Byron, why do we feel like that they won't race till they're 45, 50 years old?
I just think that the demand of the seasons, how long they are, and it's just like you get to a point and you're like, I'm good.
Yeah, I mean, I think there's other priorities in life. Like you see, like what I was saying with Joey, he's gonna start. Hey, man, I'm gonna go watch my kids race every weekend or play soccer or football.
That's expensive.
It is, but maybe
you're gonna have to pay for that.
Maybe they're playing football or soccer or something. You know what I mean? But at some point, those moments are gonna take over. And when you look back and say, oh, okay, I've won 3 championships, a Daytona 500, a lot of races. Why do I want to miss that time?
I believe that for most people, but I just don't see it with Joey.
I know. You're right. I mean, it could be.
He's kind of unique, I think, in that way. He might justify doing it longer than most. But, yeah, I mean, you're right. That definitely creeps in, and you start wanting to be home more often. Hey, you're missing key moments. And you miss a lot, right? If you have kids, right? Like Joey's missing tons of moments now, right? And at some point he's going to go, all right, I'm not missing this stuff. Like I've missed all of these years, and now the kids are older and they're doing, to your point, doing things in school and there are different things going on in their lives that he wants to be a witness to.
Yeah.
So it's we'll see. Byron into Ty Dillon. Yeah, TJ, you're a spotter, so what the hell? I mean, we rarely see this happen. And there's, I guess, let me ask you this question. They were saying, Ty didn't wave. I could understand, like, what I didn't never really wave out the window. Because I didn't really expect them to see it. With the way the car and the greenhouse and everything is, maybe they don't see the wave.
Yeah.
What I did
when you say wave, you mean Mirror or out the window?
Physically waving my hand in any
Okay.
place. All right. I typically would not do that because I didn't expect them to see that, and I didn't want the chance of them seeing the wave is really low. What I would do every single time is when I come off of turn 2, I weave down the back straightaway really low. And that's my signal. That would get their attention. They'll go, "Oh, that's interesting. Yeah. He just drove down to the 4 lanes down the bottom, down the back straightaway.
Watch out.
He must be pitting." So that would have been my wave. Outside of that, you definitely, if you got cars coming from behind, you definitely want to pin it to the apron.
Oh,
wouldn't you say?
Well, I mean, left's on the paint, no higher.
No higher. And and Dillon was up the track.
Absolutely. I think Ty, you can't come off the bottom, and TV doesn't see this all the time, but there are a lot of near misses when green flag cycles are happening off turn 4 when you're pitting from the racetrack. There was another one with SVG, almost clobbered McDowell. I don't know if you saw that.
Oh yeah, I saw it. McDowell was like in the third.
He was almost
groove.
in the same lane as Ty. Maybe a tiny bit.
He was higher.
Maybe a tiny bit higher. Yes, but I mean, it's Ty's responsibility to be down out of the way, because sometimes drivers, if they feel something in the middle of 3 and 4, into 3, and they pit, they don't have time to tell a spotter or wave or anything like that. You just got to make yourself out of the way. You got to put yourself. I mean, just not be in the picture, and that's on him, in my opinion.
That is one of, there's a lot of feelings out on the racetrack, but that's one of them. When you're pitting under green flag, and it's one of those racetracks, kind of like, Vegas, where you spend a lot of time slowing down on the banking in the groove, and you're like, God dang, every time you're like, you're trying to get to pit road fast, but you're trying to also like not get run over. It is very nerve wracking.
Do you remember the time at Loudon we got run over by McMurray?
I was just going to say, I was just getting ready to bring that up. The only time that I can remember ever being hit from behind coming to pit road was we were pitting under green at New Hampshire, and you used to run the apron, like you drive across the apron off of turn 4. We were all over that damn racetrack. And I guess, I didn't do enough. I wasn't deliberate enough to Jamie to let him know what was going on. And he tore the right rear quarter panel off the car and destroyed both our cars.
He more than tore the right rear off. He squared you up. Like, I don't – but that's the thing. Like, I remember that incident. And I remember somebody next to me looking over at me and saying, you did nothing wrong there, because I was waving.
Dude, we're on the apron.
And I was waving like crazy. Like, and you still just happens.
It happens. It happens. It rarely happens. But I think Ty Dillon could look back at it and go, man, what could I have done to be more deliberate? And I'll say this too, on Byron's side of things, I didn't see Byron do anything wrong. I was just surprised at how, I don't know how to say this. Did you think Byron saw it late? Like it surprised the out of him?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. When I'm watching the replays, I'm like, damn, he really didn't see that till the very last second.
Yeah, you could see him closing. So another thing in Ty's defense,
you got a guy in front of you, and you're racing, but you're also you're seeing that car.
Yeah.
And so Ty's pretty far up there, and he starts decel, starts slowing down, and William really doesn't react to it at all until obviously way too late.
Yeah, I think the one thing in Ty's defense, what I was going to say is the 5 had just passed Ty in 1 and 2, and the 5 entered. Larson was running this line where you enter up in 3 a little bit, like a lane and a half up, and then you turn down. Right when
you think he drove across his nose?
He drove down to the bottom, and it took the air off Ty's nose, and that's what put Ty up the racetrack a little bit. Not saying it makes it right or wrong, but
it does. It is something about this car we don't love.
And I think that's why Ty got up the racetrack a little bit, because he might not have expected the 5 to come down right there. He probably didn't, honestly, and took some air off the nose.
It's not a race that doesn't. There's not a race where I don't see that and grind my damn teeth.
I just wish you'd get loose when you did that, because then you wouldn't do that. If if you cut down in front of another car and it was like, whoa, kick sideways on you, that'd be awesome.
I just wish the lead car got loose.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, get that guy.
Well, we used to have that. I mean, that's just an unfortunate situation. We could sit here and tell you Ty Dillon could have done this, could have done that. But it didn't need to happen,
Yeah.
but sometimes those kind of things do.
And same thing for William. William could have ran the second lane, with dirty air and a slower car up there as well. So,
and it cost most likely Larson a win.
maybe. You never know, though.
Yeah.
I mean,
because another caution could have come out, but Larson was the dominant
yeah.
driver at that point.
Yeah.
Yeah, that car looked good too,
Yeah.
by the way. That paint scheme that Larson ran.
Yep. So we go to Talladega. Just a quick hit on this particular part. Going to Talladega, there's an opportunity for Denny to be a good teammate. Denny can be calculative on what he wants to do, who he wants to help, who he doesn't want to help, right? I think that's a pretty neat spot to be in if you're Denny Hamlin. He could just go in there and kind of, does he help Briscoe? Does he want to help, C. Bell? He's got opportunities to kind of be a good teammate or and just kind of hang out. Other drivers in the final are still kind of racing to get in, right? You have Byron. We know kind of Blaney and those guys what they have to do, but you got Byron at minus 15, Larson's at plus 35. He's pretty good. He's in a pretty good situation. He just doesn't need to crash out. But Byron and Chase Elliott, minus 15, minus 23. What's going to be the protocol with teammates? Because we know in the past there's been a lot of manufacturer orders. There's been a lot of teammate orders. We've seen that fade away a little bit. It's not quite as big of a part of super speedway racing as it used to be. Now it's more about fuel mileage and so forth. But kind of what's the attitude if you're a teammate to another driver in the chase going into this race?
I mean, I think this is this is a scenario that we really haven't seen in a while as far as heavy hitters needing to make up some ground, like Joey and Blaney here. Normally they're in the plus at this point, or have been in the plus, and they're in a good spot. Now you got two A's that need to win this race, and now that changes. To me, it changes the whole thing. How these guys now have to race each other.
You've got 5 championships below the cut line right now.
Yeah. It's a whole different scenario, in my opinion. Yeah, I'm interested to see how they work with each other now.
Well, if I was the driver of any of those cars, I would just tell everybody, like, I'm gonna try to do what I can to be a good teammate when that's possible. Mm-hmm. But I'm not going to do anything that I think is detrimental to me, even losing one position. So I'll race and be a good teammate, but I will not do a thing that's going to cost me a spot. I always want to be moving forward and trying to be at the front of the field and leading every lap. And so there'll be things that I do out on the racetrack that you'll be like, damn it, that wasn't good. That wasn't a good teammate move, but it's something I had to do for myself that I felt like was put me in the position to try to win this race.
Yeah, I'll be curious to see how long Blaney and Logano work together early on the play work, and then at what point
for sure.
What point do you go, all right, we're not teammates?
Yeah, well, you got to beat this guy. They're racing each other for the last.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
at
what point does that drop off? Like, is it 10 to go? Like,
I don't know, man.
No. It drops
earlier.
Off coming off a turf.
I don't know.
No, not earlier. Listen, if Blaney and Joey are running first and second with 20 to go, it don't matter who's.
I agree.
They're not going to shuffle one or the other out early. They're going to need that teammate to be able to stay in those positions all the way to the finish. They're going to try to work together for the benefit of both of them all the way to the finish. And then I think, coming to the white, that's when it gets a little blurry. And you may see a teammate with a run he has to take. And he's going to have to, he's going to make that choice. Yep. He's going to do that thing he's going to do that thing for himself in that moment. It may come with 2 to go, but I'd say You take a risk. The one thing that you don't want to do is go back to, if we're talking about Penske, for example, you don't want to go back to Roger Penske and have to look him in the face and say, the move I made cost us both a win.
Yeah.
Whatever move you make, it better be the one that wins you the race. If you're going to take a win from your teammate, you better be able to know for sure that move is the one that will win you the race, so that you can't cost both of you the race.
So let me ask you this. If you're Ryan and Joey, you're running top 3 to 5 the first stage, do you take stage points? You know what I mean? Like, are you stage pointing this thing in the beginning, or are you setting yourself up for the win? Because to me,
I'm just racing like hell.
But I know that, but like, you're going to have to pick one side or the other, because at some point.
No, you don't. You can race for stage points and the win.
I guess.
Why not? What the It's a race. Go race. The only thing that I think could actually truly affect that is their fuel mileage. What's their objective, right? To be in the best position late in the race to assure themselves the track position. And if they have to say, look, I got to do this thing that's going to cost us track position now and likely stage points, but it's going to benefit us later, then I see them doing that. But I'm thinking of it from just purely the driver's standpoint. My mentality would be go to the front, be at the front, take the lead.
Yeah, for sure. Right? And I think they will. I think they'll have a good shot at doing that. I think they'll be in control of some of that. But at some point, what I was saying is the decision's going to have to be made. Do we take first and second in this stage, or do we sacrifice a little bit here?
You can do both, though. Like Kyle Larson in earlier this year, first in stage 1, second in stage 2, second for the race. So you're right. Like you can have your cake and eat it too.
Yeah, you can.
It's so hard at Talladega though because of the wrecks and stuff. You know how hard it is. We're talking about them being together at the end of the race. That's a hard point to get to.
TJ, the wrecks are the wrecks.
They are. Well, yeah.
When you go to Talladega or Daytona, you can't strategize for crashes.
No, you can't. I agree with that.
You just race. You just got to race.
I agree with you 100%. I go and race. If you race hard every lap and see where you end up.
Open
and they'll probably qualify up front.
I feel like that your chances of crashing in Talladega are 80%. Right? Let's just roughly say
that's Russell.
you got an 80% chance of crashing. All right? Now that might drop down to like 70 if you race hard all day. If you're in protect mode and defense mode and just if you're in like conservative mode, you might actually raise that percentage. And I just feel like that if you're racing hard all the time, then there's a better chance of you being in front of the crash when it happens. At least that's what my experience was. And anytime I tried to be conservative or chill or lay back or settle in any point in the race, I'm like, I'm actually in the danger zone right here. This ain't good at all.
Yeah.
I'm actually going to drive into the wreck when it starts to happen. So I think it's a good practice to be of the mindset that I want to lead every lap. It's not realistic that you're leading every lap, but if you're in the mindset of I'm going to be doing everything I can all the time to try to be in the lead, then I think that you're putting yourself in a safer spot.
You are. I think when you get 2-3 rows back, you're stuck right there. You're just kind of like, it could get you.
Yeah, if it happens, it's right where you're at.
Yeah.
Yo, TJ, I see you've been walking around with a new phone. Where'd you get that new phone?
Yeah, man, I love this phone. I recently joined the Consumer Cellular family, and they hooked me up, man. I got a great new phone, and the service is awesome.
That's great, but like, how's it at Iowa or Richmond, some of these other tracks? Because it's great when you're at home, but like when I'm on the road, my phone is crap.
I travel a lot with the RFK 6 team, and I have had nothing but success with this phone. It has bailed me out numerous times now. I was able to flip the hotspot on and use some internet on it, text, calls, everything, man. I could not be happier with this phone.
All right, but how do I go about getting this? Because I don't have time. I'm not trying to go stand in line at a store, grab a number, wait 30 minutes. Like, I just don't have time for that.
That's the easiest part, man. Just call their 100% U.S.-based customer service representatives, and in about 20 minutes, you'll be good to go. I chose the 2 for $60 plan. It's not a prepaid option. They helped me decide which one was best for me, and I know exactly what I'm paying each month. Everything is easy to understand with no long-term contract. Switch to Consumer Cellular now and get $25 off with the code DJD25. That's DJD25 for $25 off when you switch to Consumer Cellular. Go to consumercellular.com/DJD and use promo code DJD25.
The other thing I wanted to talk about real quick is I've been seeing some comments on social media around whatever happens with the points system next year and other changes, right? And I just wanted to say this out loud because it surprises me that this is the conversation going on. But so Mike Ford was on BBC. Mike was great. Had a lot of comments, but he stirred up some conversations amongst fans online as well, as we've all kind of been stirring up conversation online around the points or whatever changes that maybe come with the car, the horsepower, this and that and the other, right? So there's a lot of emotion around the changes that may be coming for next year, and we've been moving through various stages of emotion through this this process: excitement, debate, anticipation, apprehensive feelings around it. And now we're sort of in this emotion, at least I see a lot of fans going, well, what if they make these changes and nothing happens? What if they make these changes and the sport doesn't rebound immediately? And so I'm surprised that people think that that's really a possibility. I'm surprised that people think that there is any kind of a change that can be made that will rebound the sport instantly. And I think I didn't know I needed to say this, but I feel like I need to say it. There is nothing, it's unlikely that there's anything that changes next year that delivers results. And if results don't immediately come, that doesn't mean that it didn't work. NASCAR's peak was a process of 40 years, 50 years of development, change, of evolution, and they must have done a lot of things right. Was everything right? I don't know. Probably not. It's probably unlikely, but they did a lot of good things to get us to a peak. Now, we've made some decisions, choices, changes that apparently have not worked. We're going the wrong way. And whatever change they make to try to correct course will be a process to turn this thing around, if you want to call it that. You're not going to see those results out of the gate. You won't see them next year. You won't see them the year after that. If you're trying to get this sport back to where it was in its peak or anywhere close, that's going to take your ass a decade or two. All right, so buckle up. Do I believe going to a 36 race format is better? Absolutely. Is it going to really change anything in terms of viewership, or is it going to be is it going to be if they did change it to 36 or whatever they go to, if it's a 4-race, 6-race final round, some middle ground, which I would appreciate as well, whatever they change it to, next year, the numbers, the viewership, if anything, it'll be just a bump better. It'll be 5-10% better. This getting back to like where we want to go is a way out there sort of proposition. It's a long game.
Long way.
Long way. You don't build something that big and that great in a 12-month period. Whatever you want to point to, whatever you want to look at in the last 10 or 15 years, there's multiple things I guess you could point at to the decline of our viewership and all of those things, right? The popularity of the sport. But all of that stuff you can destroy this thing quickly, but to build it back is going to take a long period of time. And so whatever you believe, whatever you like in terms of the points format or whatever you want to say, I think staying the same, it's going to produce the same results. If we don't change it, if we don't go away from what we're doing today, we're going to continue on this route that we're on that none of us like. So whatever changes come, you have to buckle in and own it for a while, because it's not going to start to produce results immediately. It's going to take a while to build it back. You gotta it's kind of like you gotta start from scratch, if you will, in terms of building back the reputation and popularity of the sport. But some people are literally out there saying, they're going to change all this and it's not going to do anything next year, and then everybody's going to think it was a mistake or it was a flop or they're changing things that's not going to make a difference. And I don't agree with that entirely.
I agree.
Yeah, I mean, I do think you're right. It's going to take time to build and get and head back in that right direction a little bit at a time. That's how it got there in the first place. Like you said, it didn't just happen overnight. It was years and years and years of it building to that. And I mean, that's just going to have to do that again.
I agree with that. Yeah. Well, it's interesting, kind of seeing people's takes on social media and online. I know that they say the drivers will tell you the horsepower isn't going to be a light switch, and they're right. They're right. Going up on horsepower to 750 is we're not going to see it when we watch. We're not going to go, oh, there it is,
What do you think it'll do at a place like Martinsville? What's it going to do to the race there?
It may create a little more drivability, some challenges for drivers on the end of the run. It's going to be minimal, but it'll all be good.
I agree.
It'll do some minimal things to that the drivers are wanting. It will not do anything bad. But what we need to realize is, okay, yes, we are not getting all of the horsepower we want, but we are moving the ship in that direction, right? This is a massive, heavy, slow-ass boat. And we're finally seeing it leave the dock and go in the direction we want it to go. So be excited about that, because if it's 750 today, it could be 900 tomorrow, right? It might take us another 3 years to get there, but we may see ourselves finally get back to building these, 900 horsepower engines that everybody seems to think is going to be the way to go.
The door's open for change to keep working on the product. Like, the door's open to keep fine tuning this car to try to give it the best product we can.
Yeah, I agree. I'm positive. I'm positive, happy about seeing some of these, even the subtle changes,
for sure.
like the horsepower's going to be a more subtle change than I think we were hoping for, but it's still the move in the right direction. And this is the boat is heavy and slow, and it ain't all NASCAR at the steering wheel. All right. It's owners and all of that stuff. The RTA, everybody has some influence, and there's a lot of conversations around, all the changes that happen. They all have to agree, and everybody has to get on the same page. So that's why it takes forever for something to happen here. But anyways, so the Earnhardt family has always relied on Bass Pro Shops for our outdoor adventures, and that tradition continues with me today. I've been shopping there all my life. I love sharing those experiences with my own family. It's great to get to the Bass Pro Shops and just walk around. Huge place, got everything you need. And we're very thankful to Johnny Morris and everything they do for us at Dirty Mo Media, helping Wyatt with his racing career, sponsoring our Xfinity cars at Junior Motorsports. They believe in all of the things that we're doing, and they want to be a part of it because we're all friends and family. And we're thankful to have them behind us. Go check out everything they have to offer at a local Bass Pro shops near you, or you can shop online at BassPro.com. All right, it's time for you to send us your pics and videos for our Ultimate Racing Collector presented by Lionel. We know that y'all love your Lionel diecast. We love ours, but it doesn't have to be just diecast. Whatever your collection is, send us pictures, videos. Videos are better. I'm challenging everyone. Last month, our winner had a really awesome basement, and if you could post all of this stuff on Twitter and Facebook, you just respond to our post. We'll be posting on Twitter and Facebook from Dirty Mo Media about the Ultimate Racing Collector presented by Lionel. Respond to those with your videos, your pictures, and even if you've submitted before, submit again.
We've had people that lose, and then a couple months later they win. So
we really have. Yeah, we really have. I'm I'm telling you, send videos. Those are the ones that give you
I don't want
to
say that you're not going to win with your picks, but the videos really sell it.
Videos are way better. Yeah, they do. All right, good luck. All right, everybody, it's Dale Jr. here for another segment of Ask Junior on the Dale Jr. Download, and we want to let you know over the past 11 years, the Xfinity Series has grown into something really special. Xfinity has backed young drivers, crew members, crew chiefs, all those people in the industry, helping tell their stories and giving them a shot to make it to the next level in the Cup Series. And they brought you, the fans, along for the ride. Great content, giveaways, access that you don't get anywhere else. All of that came from Xfinity. The series name may be changing, but Xfinity, they're not going anywhere. It's been an awesome ride with them as the title sponsor to this series, and we can't wait to see what the next lap for them looks like. Let's get to the questions.
Yeah, this first one is from Doug. Who was the first driver and track you raced on it in NASCAR 25?
Yeah, I haven't done it yet. I don't know. I'm going to go into the career mode, so I guess it'll be driving my little ARCA car at Rockingham, trying to get into the top 10.
You might take the number 40 Junior Motorsports.
Yeah, I mean, if I was going to race online, that's definitely the car I'd be in.
I was Justin Allgaier at Chicago. That was pretty fun.
How's everybody's experience been?
I am tearing it up in ARCA right now. Yeah, it's. I will genuinely say it is a very fun game. I did have to fire you.
You did? Oh yeah. How about
I had to fire you.
Yeah. So I was gonna talk about it at some point, I thought, but I get like grilled by this guy from Australia or something. Did you see that guy that was live streaming? And he's driving from the bonnet, he says, which is the hood, I guess, and he's hitting the wall every time he exits the corner at Bristol, and people were like passing him, and AI me is telling him cars there, and he's like, "Pit guy, be quiet," and like, I mean, how about driver stop hitting the wall first of all? Like, it was every corner. Like,
see, it's this type of attitude is why I had to let you go off of my team.
Yeah. Oh, you're one of them guys. You hit the wall too every time.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm a work in progress. I'm not good right now.
What? A work in progress.
Yeah, we're working on it, trying to get better. But it's fun. That's how I am. Like, I'm not someone that does the iRacing, and I'm enjoying NASCAR 25.
Awesome.
The music also, Dale. Well done.
Yeah. Hey.
I mean, I'm thoroughly impressed with, like, it's not just one genre, and it's just how it flows. It works.
Nice. Man, I love hearing that.
It's always fun too. Like
Jeff Gluck gave me some props on the music.
Oh, that's
too.
big. That's big. If he's giving you props,
he's a good. Yeah. I had influenced about 80% of the music.
Oh, dang. Whose idea was the Time Bomb Whiskey Myers? That's the best song I think on there.
NASCAR's.
Oh, okay.
NASCAR insisted that was not
well
on
done,
my
NASCAR.
list. NASCAR insisted that be on there.
Hey, it's a great song. Got me fired up.
Oh,
yeah. Yeah, wreck somebody after that. Next question is from Sam. What is your go-to lure when you reach into your Bass Pro Shops tackle box?
What?
Yeah, he wanted to know, like, he was like your go-to lure, like your baits that you use.
Oh,
I know what he meant. This random is
hey, it's an Ash Junior grab bag week.
I get it, but I mean, we never talk about fishing on this show, so it's just a random ass question.
Maybe that's why. Maybe people are like, Dale doesn't talk enough about fishing.
Yeah. So my dad was a top water lure guy, and so he had a lot of spinner baits that were top water and stuff like that. And so I fished with that a lot just because it's what I saw him doing. I wasn't really I am an absolute novice in terms of fishing, and wouldn't know what lure to put on the damn thing, trying to dependent upon what we're trying to catch. I wouldn't even know where to start. So I'm more of a hunter. Myself.
What's your favorite animal to go hunting for?
Whitetail deer. That's the only animal I like to hunt, honestly. Yeah. Like, I'll go turkey hunting with my uncle and stuff, but I don't care if we get one or not. I really don't. But I like to deer hunt.
How often do you go? Is it like
I go once a year.
Oh, dang. Have you made that trip already this year, or is it?
It's coming up, end of this month.
All right. Well, that'll be fun.
Yeah.
I'm seeing a YouTube comment, and I know you're at the your beach house, and so they want a Titanic update. How is it coming along?
Oh,
How
it's
is
the
Lego
same.
set?
There ain't
It's
no
the
way
same.
he's touched it.
He
Yeah.
didn't touch it.
Yeah, wait.
Give it some love, man. He's gonna go get it. All right, and now there's an empty seat, and it's there it is.
It's kind of like how the Titanic ended.
No, it's the only thing that's different, is it? It went from over by the printer to that shelf. It's the only difference. That's the only difference.
Yeah, the final resting place has changed.
Yeah.
Dale, when's the last time you put a piece of Lego on the
Just
Titanic?
give us one piece, man.
I worked on it last time I was here. It's 1/3 of the way done.
So it's 2/3
I've started
not
on. Yeah, very good math.
Jeez, oh man, Andrew, you know there's still water on the pool.
I
there?
only listen. It stays, guys. It stays here, and I'm not hardly ever here, and so it doesn't get worked on because I'm not here. It's not like I'm at home.
All right, so can you at least put one Lego piece on while you're here this week?
I recently finished the Jaws Lego set, and I'm starting the DeLorean.
Maybe you can live stream your building of the DeLorean. Talk to people, do some Mass Junior when you're building the DeLorean.
yeah. James, who's sitting next to me, said, "Why don't you just start working on it now?" As we finish as Junior. The Titanic update is always a top question, so thank you for giving the people what they wanted. Next question is from Danny, and again, this is a grab bag, so just buckle up. Beans or no beans in your chili?
I mean, with chili, it's kind of like, hey man, make it however you want to make it.
I mean, I'll eat it if it's in there, but I prefer it no beans. Yeah.
Really? Yeah. I don't see what difference it really makes. What do you want in your chili if the beans aren't in there?
Just no beans.
So,
But what else is in your chili?
Hamburger meat with sauce? Is that
some peppers. You can put in
Sounds-
there.
peppers?
Some
That's just
cornbread.
Weird.
Okay.
Cornbread
On top.
Wait, you don't.
Throw it in there.
Wait, all right. Now, all right. I don't know.
Some jalapenos.
No, you're getting off.
TJ, what do you do?
Yeah, what's in yours?
I would say hamburger meat, some beans probably. I mean, onion, maybe some real small onion pieces, but I don't know about peppers and all that.
Are you good at making chili?
Probably not great at it. I might
Are you a good cook in general?
Yeah,
would you say?
yeah, probably.
Yeah, probably.
Probably.
You're
That-
not
I am, I think.
What does that mean?
I think I can cook fine, yeah. I am a good cook, I think.
Only time I'm coming to TJ's house to eat is when we're ordering out.
Oh, please.
I'm not.
Wow.
I'm not eating your. I'm not eating your
Wait,
cooking.
why?
Maybe
I
unless
cook
you
steaks down there fine.
grilling a steak is not cooking.
Oh, yes it is.
No, it ain't. You're putting meat on a grill. That's not very difficult.
Oh, so all them times
Like,
you put that stuff in the smoker, I'm saying that's just nothing, man.
No,
I mean,
that's not cooking though.
That's not cooking.
I
that.
still think
making chili on a stove is cooking.
I still think preparing a good steak or like when you would put them briskets on, like that's cooking still. You gotta, there's an art to it.
No,
TJ,
it doesn't really.
I think I'm on your side here.
Yeah, it's not.
You're preparing food.
No.
yeah,
making
you're preparing
food.
You're cooking it.
Yeah.
All right, you're being. Yeah. All right. Fine. I think there's a lot of people that probably see it behind Travis's way.
I doubt it.
You're grilling, you're barbecuing, you're not cooking.
Grilling a steak is there are people that can make great steaks and people that aren't good at it. I get that, but I'm just saying like that's if I'm coming over to your house and you're making steaks, that's probably safe. But if you're making something on a stove with multiple ingredients, I'm going to be very apprehensive about what this is going to taste like.
Yeah,
TJ.
if you make hamburgers and hot dogs on the grill, you don't say I cooked hamburgers and hot dogs.
No, that's pretty easy. I take
But
steaks.
that's what I'm saying is
I mean, I take steak seriously, so
Not serious enough for Dale. He's still
apparently not. I mean, damn. You know that brisket you made like 10 years ago? It sucked, dude. I don't.
yeah. I haven't trusted you since.
Yeah, I have not trusted you since you burnt that one.
I saw a question on Facebook. It's actually for TJ. And they wanted to know, it's from Norma. Do spotters have assigned spots when they go up to the spotter stand, or is it first come, first serve?
No, it's usually you just go back to the same spot you've been going to. Like we go to all these tracks. I think I'm in my 21st year of spotting, and I've pretty much been in the same spot at these tracks. You just go to them, and then, you know, if there's a team or a spotter change on a car, and there's a new guy, he kind of fills into where the gap would be, and it's kind of seniority thing probably, but also like where you've been for the last handful of years. You just you're used to it anyway. You don't want to change as a spotter because you're used to your sight lines and you're used to the depth perceptions, and you get really comfortable with where you're at, so you don't really want to move.
Are you talking about like where you've been in terms of like every weekend you're standing next to the same guys, or is it like track by track?
It's track by track.
Your spot.
It's definitely track by track.
Interesting.
So you don't stick with like the RFK guys or the Fords?
Sometimes, yeah. I mean, at plate races and places like that, we're all Talladega built a new spotter stand a handful of years ago, and from that time, since it was becoming such a a deal where we all stuck together, it's kind of you got all the Fords are towards turns 3 and 4, and then you got a lot of Toyotas in the middle. Then on the very right side, there's all the Chevys and stuff. So you kind of know you're kind of in that ballpark.
And I think that'll be a good place to wrap Ask Junior this week.
All right, everybody. I appreciate y'all tuning in and plugging in today. This episode of the show will be out later this afternoon, talking about Vegas and sort of previewing a little bit of what's coming up with Talladega and Martinsville and what the drivers are all going to be thinking going into those races and maybe what we're thinking. And also the Cars Tour, the final race of the season coming up this weekend in North Wilkesboro. Be sure to tune in to Flo if you can't be there in person. Thank you, Xfinity, for everything you do here at Dale Jr. Download, bringing the Ask Junior segment to us every single week. Thank you to Xfinity for everything they've done for the series that we've been a part of for a long time. And, yeah, that's it. We'll appreciate it. See y'all later. Hey, everybody. You want the latest Dale Jr. Download apparel? Visit shop.dirtymomedia.com. We're always adding new stuff all the time, especially like when we say something silly on this show. We'll put it on a t-shirt. Again, check it out at shop.dirtymomedia.com. All right, it's time for Dirty Mo Doe, and we are here again with Tampa Tim's, who took a vacation last week. Tampa Tim's, how's it going?
Hey, guys. How's it going? Welcome back to me.
Pretty good. How was your vacation?
It was phenomenal. It was great.
That's right. All right. Making some progress in your relationship with this new gal?
Yes, I think so.
Where'd you go?
I was in the Poconos.
Oh.
Amy's going to want to know about this on Bless Your Heart.
All right, we can talk about it.
He's smiling.
You went to the Poconos, huh?
Yes. Kind of where she's from.
Man.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
All right. Well, that explains a lot. All right. So Russell is here as well. Thank you, Russell, for coming in.
Russell?
Thanks for having me.
He's quiet.
Yeah, thanks for coming in. Yeah.
I'm good.
You're welcome. That would be the traditional response. Travis is here.
Hey, Dale, how's it going?
He's been here the whole show. TJ's here as well. He's been here the whole show. This segment of Dirty Mo Doe is brought to you by FanDuel. I'm a customer. Do you guys have FanDuel accounts?
Oh, yeah,
Raise your hand.
Oh, yeah.
All right, everybody here.
It was live betting last night.
Last week, yeah, I've been losing my ass.
I saved you. I saved you on Saturday.
I bet you though, I didn't get to where I needed to be in time. I was traveling all day yesterday to Texas and back, and I didn't get on the ground in time to make some bets on Monday Night Football. And I had prepared on the plane some bets to make. And when I got on the ground, I would miss the chance to do it. Mm-hmm. And I bet those would have cashed. But that's been my luck here lately. This is it's also been my luck with the parlay, the manufacturer parlay. We had Blaney, Larson, Bell, and only Larson was the one that could pull it out. Blaney crashed out, and Bell just wasn't the best Toyota. The Denny Bros brought home the victory as the best Toyota. So should we move on? Did any of y'all feel like you got the parlay right? We all kind of went with this, right?
I abstained from one of them, but yeah, we agreed the others.
All right. Well, going into this weekend, I mean, it's Talladega. And there are some bets that are fun, so we'll get to that in a minute. But the favorites for Talladega are Byron, Blaney, Logano, Cindric. They're all at plus 1,000. Elliott at 1,100, Larson at 1,200. Larson, 1,200, man, that's pretty impressive having a distaste for plate racing. How do you handicap this race where pretty much anything can happen and the chance of, not so much a fluke, but an unusual winner is very possible and real at Talladega?
There's been 10 different winners in the last 10 races there, so I think it's hard to pick a winner.
Oh,
but I definitely think that, like guys are good there. Like, we definitely have, like, those guys you mentioned are all really good there. So But then there's other people that I would just totally avoid. You know, like Denny, I'd stay away from him this week.
I think that's safe.
There's other guys that just aren't good at it. So
You know, I don't even begin to know where to. I don't even want to do a damn manufactured parlay.
Yeah, this is hard here. Like,
I think this is the week that we don't then.
Yeah, let's not do it.
yeah.
There are some fun bets to make, and I know Tim's has kind of been dancing and messing around in this kind of pool for a while. So, Tim's, what are some of the fun things that you might do when Daytona or Talladega rolls around?
I like if you can find a matchup bet that's plus money towards a driver, I just take it. Like, for example, Chase Briscoe's plus 125 over Logano at minus 170. It's a 50-50 race. Take it. And then you're facing one driver. That's it, instead of the whole field. It's also a race where you can find some value on guys like Briscoe, who's I think he's like 20 plus 2,200 that you're never going to get on another week. He wins, he makes the final four. He's probably going to be aggressive. That's a guy I'd probably back. And then probably later in the week they'll have some long shot top tens like a Cody Ware. I love placing that because he's just going to stick around to the end. He's not going to really be up front.
Yeah, he actually has a pretty good average finish at a plate race, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does.
Russ probably knows. It's probably right around 10th to 12th, right?
So he's 24th. 24th.
Is that just Talladega or overall? Like,
No, that's drafting tracks. Talladega, he's 27th.
gotcha.
Okay, that sucks, but
Yeah. But the big wreck happens. I mean, there he is.
that's what you're betting on. You're betting on a wreck, and he survives it.
Russ, do you have anything on Rex or any stats that you have for this week?
Oh, he's got stats on that.
I'm staying away from the one that I really like, which is accident avoidance. But we say there's like a 52% chance in this next gen era of getting in a wreck at Daytona or Talladega.
52.
And then like this race last year was 80%. Like,
See, 80.
Yep.
80's the number.
I think that Dale, you called that earlier.
Yeah, I think that number is always 80.
What positions, Russ? I mean, I know you probably know. Like, isn't it like position like 11?
Oh, it's like the first two rows.
Yeah, that's
the
like
front.
Wow.
Like it always happens in that second row.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yep.
You want to avoid them positions.
I think we've looked at it in inside row 4 is the best at avoiding it
So weird.
because it starts there and that guy can get around before everybody gets caught up.
Yeah, so he turns the guy, and that's what.
That's the thing is you want to be the guy that causes the wreck, and you're probably able to avoid the wreck.
That's usually how that works.
Oh, yeah.
That's why I like a guy going against Joey because I feel like Joey's always in those rows.
I mean, it could go either way. It could go any which direction.
Yeah.
It's a plate race.
Well, we got a couple featured matchups. You mentioned Briscoe, Logano. If Briscoe's plus money, you take Briscoe. Blaney, Chase Elliott, kind of a toss-up, but I'd go with Blaney, especially depending upon how Blaney, I think, has to race to win. Larson and Bell, that's you wouldn't never really consider Larson great at Daytona and Talladega, but I assume that trend is heading in the right direction here, Russell.
I love Larson here now.
Yeah.
Top 5 the last 2 here. It's all green for Larson here against Bell.
All right, so everybody would. I just don't. I can't. I'm surprised to see his odds look the way they look, but I still think I wish his odds were better. I'd take him to beat Bell for sure, but I wish that the books weren't so
Up on him.
up on him. Yeah, Chastain versus Bubba. I think you got to go with Bubba here.
Yeah. Definitely Bubba.
Bubba just finds a way. Yeah,
I agree.
but if Chastain's plus, is Chastain possibly plus money?
He's minus 110 what I've got right now. So it's kind of a toss-up, so I would take Bubba here.
Yeah. All right. Well, the fun bets are going to be, that random guy who somehow, puts Cody Ware in the top 5 and a couple other back markers, and lands a pretty good ticket that way. So we'll see if anybody can make that happen. Maybe some people could tell us some of the big Hail Marys that they threw over the weekend that actually worked out. We'll see. when we come back around next week to preview Martinsville.
Do we think?
Thanks.
Do we think a non-playoff driver is going to win, or do we think it's?
I think that's possible, man.
Yeah.
I do. Like, what about Priest has looked pretty good at plate races here recently, hasn't he, Russ?
Yeah, he was DQ'd here. I think he was second or third
Yeah.
here in the spring, but DQ'd. But so that sways his.
How
his
many
numbers,
drivers?
but, yeah,
how many
ran well
playoff
here in the
drivers are
spring.
there?
8,
How many
including
playoff
Denny.
drivers are there? Hey, there's 8. All right, and there's how many drivers that start the race?
40.
I
He's
mean,
40.
40. Well, so you got 32 guys. 32 versus 8. They got a pretty good shot at it.
yeah, Travis. Take that.
I feel pretty good about a non-playoff guy winning because there's 32.
Well, I don't think it's.
Versus
I don't
8.
think it's the amount. I mean, the amount obviously helps, but I think it's because of the super speedway. Like, if not, why don't we see more non-playoff drivers winning other playoff races? It's been pretty dominant.
Well, at Talladega, the draft is a big neutralizer, Travis.
That's what I'm saying. Like but you look at the numbers. The drivers at the top, a lot of them are playoff drivers, so you might be able to get better odds on these non-playoff drivers.
Well, I would probably, yeah. I mean, I don't know who out of that 32, though. I mean, it's like who out of that 32 is going to be the one.
It could be anybody.
That's the tough thing to pick. Could be. I hate saying this because it really kind of minimizes like being good at these racetracks. Just saying like, yep, anybody in this field could win this thing. I don't know who you bet on. I don't know who I would tell you to bet on. I think Blaney's a great plate racer, and I think he's in a position where he's kind of going to be forced to have to be aggressive as well as the Ganos. So I think I feel better about them going out and doing this and better about putting money on them than I traditionally would in this race. And so, I kind of feel that way. I don't know. I think I like all the guys below the cut line.
Mm-hmm.
I think the guys above the cut line are going to be conservative, and the guys below the cut line are going to go try to get it done. And so I got more confidence than I traditionally would at this racetrack due to the dynamics of the playoffs for some of those guys below the cut line having to go make it happen. And there's two the non-playoff drivers. When presented the opportunity to win, if it like just the C's part, right? And it's like, oh, yes, I'm going to go win this race. But a lot of times, too, in those last few laps, they're very aware of who's in what spot in terms of the playoffs, and they don't want to be that one guy, right? If you're driving a Ford, you're not going to hang Blaney out with 3 to go, right? You're going to get your ass chewed. And so there's a little bit of that still involved late in the day. So, all of those, you got to think about all those kind of, dynamics going on mentally for the drivers late in the race.
I was thinking about guys
guy
like
winning.
Cindric and Bubba. Like, do they those guys are worker bees in my opinion? These races, you know what I mean? Like, if the opportunity shows up at the end, it's gonna be tough
worker
to take.
bees. Like,
yeah, like they're part of the.
They have one freaking job. And that's to push the 22 or the 12.
Same thing with Josh Berry.
That's the same job.
Yeah.
Josh Berry, yes, that's the same thing Josh Berry has to do. Josh Berry is going in that race, and he's going to push the 22 and the 12 whenever that opportunity presents itself, to his own detriment. And so, nothing wrong with that, I suppose, if that's your job and that's what you've been told to do. But Josh ain't gonna. You wouldn't bet money on Josh because he's not going to win the race. He's going to be pushing the 12 and 22.
Yeah.
Right. Same with Cindric. Cindric, who is a great plate racer, can win this race. Won't win it because he's got a job and he's going to do that job.
That's what I was saying. I think some of these guys' hands are tied.
So you kind of, you can kind of almost go down the line and pick like what guy maybe doesn't have a responsibility. Chastain to a point.
Yes.
Stenhouse,
Yeah.
right? Stenhouse is like, F it.
Oh,
I'm
Stenhouse,
going for the
big
win,
time.
you know?
Stenhouse, 100%.
Yeah, I mean, so you highlight those guys, pluck those guys sort of out of the group of the non-playoffs, and there's the ones maybe you sprinkle a little bit of money on, I suppose.
I think those are two good ones.
Spire, Legacy, they had nothing. Those are the teams.
Yeah, but
Dude,
I think with
Spire,
yeah, like
better. Spire absolutely better be pushing a Hendrick car.
Oh yeah.
Yes, sir.
oh yeah.
Okay,
oh,
so
that's not.
I don't know if Carson Osavar. I don't know if he's doing that.
Well, I don't. Well, let me tell you,
better.
there'll be a conversation there'll be a conversation on Monday if he does it. If he had a chance to and he chooses not to do it, there'll be a conversation.
I don't think it'll wait till Monday. It'll be Sunday.
Yeah, it might be.
Well, no, they'll be.
What about you, TJ?
What about
I like
me?
Keselowski.
I like all three of our cars working. I mean, if we can be near each other at the end, I like all three of them, honestly. I mean,
So do you have a Ford responsibility this weekend?
I mean, you always want to help when you can, but I think you also want to win the race too. Like winning the race is big, and you know, if you're not yes, we are a Ford, but
I think Brad's a great example of a guy like a Stenhouse or a Chastain that's going to see an opportunity presenting itself. He's going to go for it. He's gonna.
Yeah, I mean,
and I think TJ's absolutely going to spot him to win, not spot him to help. Wouldn't you say, TJ?
I mean, I would say, yeah, I'm going to try to win the race 100%. I mean, if we got a run coming behind us and I can put Brad in front of it to get us to the lead and win the race, I'm going to probably try to do that.
So here we go. We could sprinkle a little money on Brad, a little bit on Chastain, a little bit over here on Stenhouse.
Yeah, that's a good
feeling
one.
pretty good. I'm feeling pretty good.
Yeah, that's good.
All right. Well, this has been fun. We got somewhere. That's the segment today, brought to you by FanDuel. Thank you, Russell. Thank you, Tim. It's good to see y'all back. FanDuel is the premier gaming destination in the United States. All right, it's time for the white flag. The teardown was live on YouTube and Twitter following the race. If you haven't already done this, go to Dirty Mo Media's YouTube page, open up the app, click on Dirty Mo Media, and hit subscribe. Turn on your notifications so that you don't miss a thing. Door Bumper Clear dropped on Monday. They were joined by NASCAR's Mike Ford, who had a captivating conversation with the guys. Always great to have NASCAR's folks come by and have a conversation. We always have a lot of great questions for them. Actions Detrimental dropped on Monday night. Then he punched his ticket to Phoenix, and he was joining Elite Company in his 60-win column, basically vaulting himself clearly into the top 10 in most wins in NASCAR history, and he's going to keep climbing that list if I had my guess. My guest interview with my friend Two Beer, Kevin Pinnell, drops tomorrow. Herman Schrader and Speed Street also drop on Wednesday and Thursday, another episode of Bless Your Heart.